That's highly irregular of you.
Irregular.
Hi, and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday.
His name's Ruben and I'm Kay.
Well done. Today we are reviewing The Irregulars, a Netflix original series. Let us know in the comments below. Were you excited about this? Had you heard much about it? Before we get into non-spoiler review, we will be doing spoilers and end talk. So
At the end?
No, in a separate video.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, in a separate video.
Okay.
Thanks so much. And until next time.
Goodbye.
Wow. Separate video, babe.
Okay.
Why don't you understand what's in my mind?
Because you didn't share it with me.
You need the Irregulars' powers
I don't
so you
have
can
them.
understand.
Set in Victorian London, the series follows a gang of troubled street teens who are manipulated into solving crimes for the sinister Dr. Watson and his mysterious business partner, the elusive Sherlock Holmes.
Okay, there are 8 episodes at about 50 minutes apiece. Firstly, I should say, if you're expecting a Sherlock Holmes and Watson kind of detective mystery that, like you've seen, we've had various incarnations from the American version, which has like 8 seasons now, to the British version, which has 3 or 4 seasons now, to the films with Robert Downey Jr., which has 2 films, and we have another one coming, and the original Sherlock Holmes films and the books.
There's a lot.
There's a lot going on, yeah. I should say, this is nothing like that. You've never seen an incarnation of these two like that. I should also say, it hasn't really got much to do with them. It's the reason why it's called The Irregulars. It's about 4 kids who are
Billy, B, Jessica, Jess and Spike.
Well done.
Got it.
Okay, and so we have Beatrix. B, she is kind of the leader of this ruffian group which live on the streets of London, and they have to fend for themselves. B is kind of the strong one that kind of, she does something or she says something, you do it. She's kind of the mother-father figure of the whole group. She's the strong one. Then we have the sister, Jessica, who is the...
Or just Jess. I think they just call
They probably just call Jess, yeah. Who is, So Jess, if you've seen any of the trailers, if you know any of the lore from the graphic novels, you'll know that there is something unusual about Jess. And so they treat her a little bit different. And so there's that strange dynamic. Spike, who is the skeleton, the glue that sticks the group together. And you get to see that played a bit about. And the reason why I'm giving you this breakdown is to give you an idea of what this is actually about. And I think it's interesting to do it this way. So, okay. So we've got Spike, and then we've got the strong guy who's the muscle.
Yep. Billy.
And then we have an extra one who comes into it. He's not really from their crew, and he mixes in quite well. Kind of, and he stirs up a bit of turmoil. And so we have those guys now have to deal with the supernatural events that are taking place in London, which makes them the Irregulars, and you understand why that is as you go through each episode.
I loved the sets. I thought they were really well done. It does feel very, very London in the Victorian times. I think they've done it quite well. I loved the costumes. Oh my goodness. Like if your thing is authentic sort of period costumes now, I don't know if they were absolutely authentic. Probably not. But what I loved about it was the detail, the layering. Like every single costume that anyone wears has multiple layers, which you kind of buy. Like if you live on the streets, or if your wardrobe is basically mismatched because that's all you have, the way that they layer things and the sort of the grubby griminess of it, I just thought it was really well done.
I also like the fact that even though it was very original in its costume and design and art set pieces, and it had a score that varied. So we have the classical kind of what you'd expect for this type of period piece, but it also had some very modern takes, not throughout, as Kirsten and I just were discussing off camera and having a little argument about it, is that there were a few modern takes on it, which I thought really worked. And it doesn't always work in series like this. I saw a few that with period pieces that they just try to modernize it. I think it was the other Sherlock Holmes movie.
Was
I
it?
seem to remember going,
I think it was,
why are you modernizing it like that?
That was weird.
That took me out of it, just didn't feel like it worked. For this, it does. It adds another kind of set piece to it, which I really appreciated.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the way the characters developed throughout the series. A lot of it was, it was quite predictable. I don't think there were any huge surprises there. There were a couple actually that I didn't see coming, which were genuine and really nice, and I'm not going to spoil them at all. But yeah, the characters' development on the whole was pretty believable.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going to say, that by the time I got to the end, there's moments throughout the series where I felt myself getting quite frustrated with the characters because I just wanted them to talk to each other. I just wanted that person to sort out the nonsense. All it would take was one conversation. You know, it's the age-old thing of communication. God damn it, just communicate people. But by the time you get to the end, you really feel like every individual character has had time. So you have backstories through flashes, flashbacks. You have, like, you know, you understand where Watson, Sherlock comes from, the whole group. You've had time with each of the characters, and you feel like they've all grown and they've all had a journey. And I just felt like doing that in 8 episodes in 50-minute long pieces with the storyline that is like supernatural individual cases. I thought, damn, that's hard to do, and you've done it really well. So all we can say is we're reviewing it for the episodes and what we see, so we can't compare it to the graphic novels. So I don't know how much has been, you know, positioned over, you know, from their pages to on screen here. All we can say is from what we've seen, it's very good. We haven't really talked about the acting because I kind of wanted to leave that separately, but I thought the kids often outshone the adults in this. I thought they were phenomenal in places.
I did not think there was a weak link anywhere. Maybe one of the actors was slightly weaker than the others, slightly more theatre school, but on the whole, they were all really believable.
And it's one of the things this series does really well is most of the episodes are individual stories, so they are contained stuff about what's this the supernatural MacGuffin that's happening in this, and so you get to solve a case in that episode, and that continues to happen until the 4th episode. The 5th one is your exposition episodes, where, like, now we're going to tell you everything you need to know, because the next 3 episodes are going to be that we're closing the story to that big massive ending, and it's a big ending. It's as you'd expect. Everything really heightens to that crescendo of blah blah blah, special effects, monsters, chaos. Every character's going through, you know, the stuff that we're not going to talk about, but is definitely happening, and that's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I really appreciated that it was a coherent story right from the beginning that culminated at the end. Now there may be more. I'm assuming that there will be if it does well.
But if it doesn't, you can also feel satisfied as, oh, that's a contained story.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah. I would say it's also quite sad. There are moments I was like, I didn't expect it to be this sad. It's also quite horrific. It has serious monster moments. We were talking about the scarier episodes of Doctor Who. If you remember the angels or the gas mask, there are moments where I was like, this is really creepy. So if you're going to watch it with young ones, I would kind of view it first.
Maybe.
There's a few F-bombs, there's a sex scene. You don't see much, but it's the supernatural element that will get you. It's pretty creepy in places, which I appreciated it as an adult. But really young ones might find it difficult, might be like, Mom, why are you making me watch this? I'm going to have nightmares forever.
Yes, if you want to be staying up with your kids...
Do that. For example, one of the episodes is about the tooth fairy, but not like you've ever seen before. And that will creep you the heck out, man. Yeah,
especially if you have a phobia of going to the dentist.
One of the things I think we kept saying to each other throughout the episodes is that I'm really enjoying this. It was like
Why am I so surprised?
We were so surprised that we were enjoying it so much. I think when it comes to Netflix stuff, we don't always know what we're going to get. It can be hit or miss. I mean, that's like with everything, but sometimes there's been more misses, and we're just like, oh, do I really have to like review this? My job's so hard. But but like each episode we were watching was like, this is good.
This is good, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to give this an A. What are you going to give it?
Oh, yeah. I think an A is good.
Yeah. Good A.
Good A.
I'm sorry we fought, babe.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh, okay. I love you.
I love you too. We should probably say goodbye to
Okay, bye.
Live long and Tuesday.